As our elders began to pray about who would serve in our church as children's ministry director, we had established several criteria. We knew budget-wise this would still be a part-time position. However, even though it's only part-time, our hope was that the person who would serve in this role would not have another full-time job. We really wanted her or him to be able to focus fully on the work here and not have divided interests vocationally. At one of our elders' meetings, I suggested a particular volunteer in our ministry who I felt could be a viable candidate, without knowing if this person would have any interest. Interestingly, through the process, we had other volunteers within our children's ministry ask us if we'd considered this person as a potential candidate, which seemed like a confirmation we were headed in the right direction. So I reached out to her and asked her to pray about it and talk with her husband. And even in our first conversations, she confirmed to me that this seemed like a dream job for her. A few days later, she let me know she was very interested, so she submitted a resume, and then she completed a theological questionnaire. I also gave her a lengthy reading assignment that she completed as well, and then she interviewed with all of our elders. We followed through with contacting her references, which all gave glowing recommendations. At a subsequent meeting, our elders determined unanimously to extend the position to her to join our ministry staff, and I'm thrilled to report she joyfully accepted. So without further ado, it is my privilege to introduce to you our new children's ministry director, Chantel Bedrin. Chantel, welcome. Tell us a little bit about your family.
Well, my husband Randall he works for Tally Construction as a project engineer on the bridge department, and he loves all things sports. He's a huge Titans fan and Preds fan and every other fan that there could be. Claims our kids are too. My daughter Emery is 3, and she's a happy kid. She's always dancing and singing and requires a lot of energy and attention. But she is learning to be a big sister, which has been fun. Radner just turned 8 months yesterday, and he is learning to crawl and eating solids and doing all that fun stuff. So
Awesome. How long has your family been a part of Lookout Valley?
Well, we started Lookout Valley back in the summer of 2018. I remember this very vividly because it was right before VBS. And my home church had just gotten through VBS, and so I knew the curriculum and the crafts, and so I just wanted to be super involved here. And I remember Tiffany was really wanted me to just get to know everybody first, and so I worked behind the scenes a little bit with her. And but just in general, starting here, the congregation has just made us feel very much at home, and generally just made us all feel like we were family from the beginning.
Awesome. Now, where's home for you originally?
I'm from Cleveland, Tennessee, born and raised, as well as my sisters and my parents. My husband is from Nashville, though, so we kind of chose Chattanooga because it was that sweet spot in between where both of our families live.
Great. And tell us a little bit about your education background. Where'd you go to school?
Well, I began at Lee University. From there, I went and got my associates at Pellissippi. And then I attended UTK, where I met my husband. And then I finished up at UTC, where I got my bachelor's degree in psychology with a concentration in early childhood development.
Awesome. That's great. So what's some of your experience working with children, either in the education world or in ministry?
Yeah, well, from the very beginning, I've just always loved children. Even when I was a little girl, I remember my mom having to remind me often that I was one of the little kids and not one of the big kids or the teachers. But then from there, I immediately got plugged into children's ministry at our home church, where I was a puppeteer, and we did skits and praise and worship and all that. And then as I got older, I was allowed to be a counselor at camp, and so I did that. And here, my most recent experience has been through a company based out of China, where I've been an ESL teacher.
That's awesome. Well, it's great to have you as coming a part of our staff, and we look forward to the Lord working through you here at Lookout Valley Baptist Church.
Great, I'm super excited.
We're making this announcement now because as we prepare to regather in worship and in groups in the days and weeks to come, we'll greatly need a point person to help us navigate these unpredictable times. Additionally, we are still planning to do a super vacation Bible school in July, and there's much to be done to be ready for that. So I hope you'll take the opportunity to extend a warm welcome to Chantel as she joins our ministry staff.